How are you again? This is Reverend Jess Foglesong. Another lesson for you from touchedbygodchurch.com. And our lesson today is, are we alone in the universe due to original sin? Let's take a look at that. Imagine looking to the black night. A lot of times I enjoy looking into the night. Sometimes the beautiful moon, the silvery moon up there, and I've actually taken my camera and taken pictures of the moon. Forget the stars, that is too far away. But imagine looking into the black night on this tiny little ball we call Earth, just floating on a sea of darkness within a colony of other group of planets circling a much larger fireball called the Sun. And as we pull back a little more, we see that we are among a sea of other fireballs called stars, millions of them. They actually are as well circling in a very bright core, spherical galaxy called the Milky Way, which in turn, effortlessly in a sea of blackness, which stretches out as far as the eye can see, or should I say, a telescope can see. The universe is a vast thing of beauty, created by God. It is there because we want it, and it is there because He wanted it and willed it to be. Through His Word, we will most likely never ever approach the point of discovering its full magnificence and mystery. We are just a tiny, minute fraction of its immenseness. I am very content to be just a humble human being on this lonely piece of rock, dangling precariously within an awesome universe. And yet I wonder, are we really alone? All alone? And if we are alone, why are we alone? Scientists have peered through the universe with the most powerful telescopes and have found nothing. They have even sent messages via very advanced radio telescopes to the far reaches of the distant galaxies and have so far made zero contact. There have been absolutely no messages from anywhere in the deepness of space. There are approximately 100 billion stars in our own Milky Way galaxy, including our Sun. And beyond, there are nearly 100 billion galaxies in the known universe, yet no sign of any intelligent life. Is the answer to this question related to many of the stories and lessons of the Old Testament? Perhaps. We know that the Bible is based on the salvation and restoration of lost humanity due to the original sin. And this original sin seems to be the key to why we have been placed apart, separated, and even labeled as castaways. Original sin instigated by the archangel Lucifer. That's original spiritual sin, for his disobedience toward God, leading to the earthly committed sin of Adam and Eve, the earthly sin, spiritual sin, and the earthly sin. God is a righteous God, demanding full obedience and allegiance from all of His creations. He placed Adam in an environment of perfection, with a nature that was pure, absence of the perils of evil, until Satan, already present on earth, intervened and influenced that nature, creating the fall, the Garden of Eden, a place of safety, a place of harmony, of light, of equality, of goodness, became lost. And we ask why we are seemingly all alone in this vast universe. Well, perhaps we are not alone. Perhaps we have been blinded because of sin. Perhaps we have been set outside of the main camp, outside of the campsites, as were the outcast lepers and downtrodden of the Old Testament history. Well, there is good news. We have been uplifted and redeemed, and most importantly, restored to perfection. But certainly not within us, but from the one they call Jesus the Christ, God's incarnate, our representative, our Baal's bondman, God's ace in the hole. Without God's plan of salvation and restoration, we would continue to be left out in the rain. Through God's eyes, we are perfect, but only perfect through the perfection of one. And this is through grace, God's grace and forgiveness of our Creator. And so, when I do look into the blackness of the evening sky, when I look at that beautiful moon up there and beyond, at the vastness of stars, and wonder why this and why that, I think of God's gift of life, of His continuous presence, of His everlasting life, always shining down toward this lonely little gem of a planet called Earth, a very special place, alone in the universe. And we'll stop right there, and a really interesting lesson. This is Reverend Jess Foglesong. We'll continue again next time from touchedbygodchurch.com, when we are online. So stop by when you get a chance. God's blessing to you today.